No one said that you can't be a hoe. Just stop acting like you not one. Stop acting like you not a hoe though. Ho, stop acting like you not a hoe though. That's all we saying. Damn. Golly, you over there.
Peace. Kofa, G.R.O.W.T.H Entertainment. Uh-oh, let me bring my mic closer. Try that again. Peace. Kofa, G.R.O.W.T.H Entertainment. Wake your glass up. What's going on, y'all? Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. The time is now 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is in the lovely city of Atlanta, Georgia. I am your humble host, Kofa, K-O-F-A, not coffee, not kufu, not Kofi, or any variation thereof. Kofa rhymes with sofa. Easy to say, easy to spell. This is G.R.O.W.T.H Podcast, G.R.O.W.T.H Entertainment, excuse me. Forgot I had to update it. G.R.O.W.T.H Entertainment, where GROW stands for Gentlemen Reaching Our Wealth Through Healing. This is where we help men find a positive fuck it. Thank y'all for being in the building. Go ahead and hit y'all with Randy.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful, give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely. And
back on me. General housekeeping. Go ahead and get it out of the way. You see the Cash App. You see the PayPal on the screen. You've been in these YouTube streets long enough. You know how to use super chats and super stickers. Thank you for anything you want to donate to the channel. But what you will do is take your shoes off when you come in my house. Hit the like button. It's free. The like button is free. If you don't want to donate any other way or help the channel grow any other way, hit the like button as you come in. Take your shoes off when you come in my house.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Go ahead and get to the comments. Let's see who's first in the building today. Pooh Man in the building. What's going on, good brother?
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
Wash Gamer says, peace to all. Thank you for being in here. Chelsea Lynn in the building.
You go, girl!
Followed up by none other, Sister Messy. Uh-oh.
You go, girl!
Appreciate you being in here, Sister Messy. Yes, I had to troll you earlier. I had to tag somebody that I knew for a fact. Remember that damn thermos. Salute to you. Sorry you had to catch a stray, but thank you for being in here. She says, I'm here. Shout out to the chat and Kofa. Thank you. Brother Jose Diaz in the building again. He says, hope everybody's doing well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Brother Malika says, peace and love to you, good brother, and the chat. Salute to you as well, good brother. Let's keep going. Messy done dropped a super sticker, 10 bomb on me. She said, of course, you know I don't have YouTube up. Peer character jumping up and down, saying #1 fan, as always. Let me make sure I mute my mic. My phone, because it's been going off lately. In the evenings, for some reason, people calling me after hours for work. It is what it is. But we're going to keep on rolling. Let me see who else done snuck in. Michonne, I got your super chat in a second. BT says, yo, what's good, Kofa in chat? Brother, be safe out there on that West Coast. Appreciate all you do and being in the building. DG, the legend that snuck in, says, Kofa, salute, brother. Salute to you, good brother.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
Let me get back to Messy Michonne. I just wanted to catch y'all as y'all were coming in. For that 10 bomb, what do we got? What we going to hit Messy Michonne with? Since I got 10 up out here, let me see if I can get 20.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Bring it back on me. Nah, Michonne, I appreciate that. That 10 spot, go ahead, hit you with this. ×2.
These last $2.
I appreciate you again, sis. Let me see who else. Del Monte in the building. He says, peace to you as well, good brother. We're going to go ahead and get to cooking on this tonight. I really don't intend on being here long. I just wanted to bring this up. Matter of fact, I'm going to be hitting y'all with memes. What else? Some shorts, another VOD, probably a whole different VOD, not just based off this live, not clipped and released as a VOD, a totally different VOD, because I really do want to explore this topic of the whole phase being celebrated for women versus the nice guy phase being shunned for men. And we can go back and forth with the psychology of why this nice guy is this, or, why she went through her whole phase, and, we remix it in its promiscuity and everything else under the sun. But we're going to cover a couple of things tonight. Alexander, salute to you, good brother. I see you in here. We're going to cover a couple of things tonight. Going to kind of hit it and quit it, because I am going to be take this, and this is going to be the topic of the week. I think I'm going to start leaning toward doing that instead of just doing 1 or 2 different lives during the week. I'm going to try to centralize a topic for the week and do a live, a separate vlog, separate VOD, hit you with a survey or something of that nature, memes and different shorts and stuff like that, so we can expand the conversation. Like I always say, I don't just want you to like, share, subscribe, as everybody always says. I do want you to comment. I want you to share this and discuss this, because Kofa might be crazy as fuck.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Take the conversations off of YouTube, off of social media, and go have these real conversations with some of the people that you're either dating, seeing, family members, friends, co-workers. Have these conversations offline. It don't just have to be for my channel. I appreciate it if you use my content. I might sound crazy, but again, I feel like I'm feeling a gap in the YouTube and social media space with Growth Talk, because a lot of brothers don't want to fall on their fucking sword and admit where they fucked up as the nice guy, or just the L's they took. Because again, as we'll get into it tonight, people are always telling us, brother, it's your fault. So again, brothers, if you're going to take on that accountability, you damn sure well better make sure that you have the authority to run shit like you want to. Anybody not with that shit, cut bait and let them slide. Gail, I see you done snuck in here as well. Salute to Sister Gail, moderator extraordinaire.
You go, girl!
No, I got Messi in here. I got Gail in here. I got some heavy hitters. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody's support. Jose says you're on point, because a lot of people don't understand that. Indeed, good brother. With that said, again, I don't intend on holding y'all long, but we're just going to get into a couple of these videos. So let's go ahead and start. I played this one before. I know y'all seen it, but I want you to see how quick the logic changes, not only in voice and word, but facial expression and tone of voice, like how it goes from joking to serious.
With a condom, that does not count as a body. It does not.
So you can fuck 100 niggas.
And it's not gonna count.
Fuck nobody.
Exactly. It's not gonna count.
Yeah, that's
That's not gonna count.
different. Wait, so that means your boyfriend could do that. You got a boyfriend, like, yeah, you know, I'm about to go fuck this brown right quick, but I'm gonna wear a condom, so it don't count.
And see, nah, niggas don't know how to do that.
You just wanted to play that real quick. Y'all heard it. I'm gonna clarify, because I know the audio was a little bit off, but she said I could fuck 100 niggas as long as they use a condom. That doesn't count as a body. Dude reversed it on her, hit her with the Uno reverse. So if your boyfriend goes out here and say, hey, I'm gonna fuck this little chick and I use a condom, that doesn't count. All of a sudden it changes, right? Because that mentality is there that women don't have to be accountable, even though they have full autonomy over their bodies. But it's always some man that tricked them, or always some man that lied to them. I just wanted to get into the little piece of the psychology that we're going to get into, and it's mainly going to focus on the brothers tonight. I could play these salacious videos, so if you came here for that, you might want to go ahead and dip. But again, hit the like button while you're here. But I just want to get into a little piece of where these women are thinking at, because from a societal standpoint, I was having a conversation with one of my boys this weekend, and even he was giving me, you know, a little bit of pushback. He said he understood where I was coming from, but he was giving me pushback. Well, bro, that's just how things are. I think back then, you know, then it became the whole Michonne, the racism thing. Well, you know, white people been doing this. You know, why is it so taboo for black people to have open relationships and open marriages and everything like that, going down that rabbit hole? I'm not interested in that. My focus, again, this is Growth Talk. I want men to find a positive fuck it. What I want us to be okay with is when people are over here and they're cool with the whole phase, you as an individual man, you need to be okay with the nice guy phase. You got to take your L's, whether it's losses or lessons. Salute to BT.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
You got to be able to take those and sharpen your skills and get better as a man. Let me get to y'all Let me get to y'all comments. Watch Gamer says, the nice guy shit made me the cold animal I am today. We'll get into that, brother.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Joe Monty says, we forgot to be mind readers. Indeed. Durf in the building. He says, Kofa, what's good, brother? What's good with you, good brother? Damn, I done scrolled up too far. Up. Yes, appreciate that, Michonne says. Hit the like button. Watch Gamer says, say what?
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Everybody reacting to that. But again, you see how serious she was. Like, I really don't think a lot of these things are skits or just for the clicks and likes. And I know some people may try to, you know, push the narrative a little bit harder than others. But if you're genuinely looking, a lot of these people that have these podcasts that go viral or these clips that go viral, they're not fucking celebrities. They're not these huge platforms like a Tonight's Conversation or something like that. These are regular ass people, regular chicks, again, that we would run into at Target, the gas station, Walmart, our cousins' kickback. But the psychology they have going on upstairs is so fucked up. Or he is always fucking. This is another way, even though this brother donates to the channel, I told y'all he is the most supportive troll on YouTube.
Got it.
What the fuck
Fish grease.
is the significance of $11.74? But I appreciate it, good brother. I'm gonna get to your super chat in a minute. I appreciate you. Del Monte says, if the tires hit the streets, it counts. Bingo.
Got it. Hotter than fish grease.
Gail says ew. And again, a lot of times even women can't check women. Watch Gamer says it's always Jermaine's fault. Jose says she's just lying to herself, then she got to face consequences. Indeed, brother. Rhonda Hall in the building. I appreciate you being in here, good sis.
You go, girl.
Thank you. BT says with $11.74, that's for the wins and losses shout out. I'll take that. I'll take that. Let me see what I'm gonna hit you with. Who we gonna? Let's go with Umar.
Donations, gifts.
Back on me. I appreciate that, BT. So now, again, I had to get into the psychology before I get into the nice guy thing of how these women go, because a lot of times, brothers, we are not told this about our women, specifically about black women in the black community. We're told they are something to respect, revere, protect, even to the point of your own detriment, whether it's jail or death. And we are told and taught this from when we're yay big. If you notice, when all these crazy videos are hitting the internet, and it may be women fighting, it may be a dude tussling with a girl, and everybody always says in the comments, look at all those men around, and none of them did anything. We're expected to put ourselves in the line of fire to protect a woman without having any of the information of why she may be going through what she's going through physically with a man or another situation. We're expected to drop what we're doing and show up. But again, we'll get into a little bit of that psychology in a second. But I had to set the precedence with the way these women think, so when you do become cold, like Watch Gamer says, you don't feel as bad, and you don't hit that, you don't turn that corner so fast that you're so cold that, like some of these weird guys out here claiming to be red pill, but they're not, where they are laughing about rape or a woman getting deleted or things like that. That's not what we're gonna do over here. That's not how Kofa rock. I have said some touchy things, such as, if it's not my business who you're fucking, it's not my business who raped you. Because Kofa's not going to put himself back in that position where I almost got deleted or shit could have went left with me. I've shared that story before. If y'all want me to share it again, let me know in the comments. I'll say things like that. But it's some guys out here that are flat out high-fiving and clapping because some woman got sexually assaulted. I'm not with that shit. However, I do want brothers to take into account and moving themselves out of situations where you end up caught up in a situation because of a woman's mouth, because that's typically where it starts at. But anywho, back to this whole phase thing and being celebrated. I talk like this to a lot of brothers because I had to take a page out the women's book, because that's how they speak to each other about the whole phase and pretty much anything else they want to do.
I think it's important that the ladies watching this that are going through the hoe phase don't feel bad about your hoe phase, but also don't let it be a crutch. Don't let it be the reason why you don't.
If you notice in the background, somebody said, that's why I don't like the word. I'm gonna run it back a little bit. Just pay attention to the background, but the main speaker is on the screen.
Also, don't let it be a crutch. Don't let it be the reason why you don't grow, because I'm very big on who you allow in your space and in your environment will totally influence you as a person. So if long term you want marriage, you want to have that special person, at some point you cannot allow your whole phase to be a crutch and just say, well, this is just what I'm doing, knowing in the back of your mind what you really want. There's some point where you have to look at what you're doing and how you're moving and understand that other people see that, other people recognize that. And a man is so smart when it comes to looking at a woman and knowing what that woman's potential, worth, value is. So if he looks at you and he can tell that this isn't a phase, it's just how you move, and that—
Pause it right there.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
What did I tell y'all last time? Once you go through that getting burned, taking those L's with women, and again, this isn't, oh, he's whining, you need to go get some pussy, and this, that, all that other goofy shit. When you done been through the fire, when you have your life experience as a man, you can see certain women coming a mile away. Like she just said, some women get caught up in this whole phase so long that becomes who the fuck they are. That's who she is. She's never gonna leave that space. That whole phase has become who the fuck she is. This is why I use the word bitch and hoe so damn frequently and freely, because again, women that don't move like that, they're not gonna get offended. They're not gonna get emotional about hearing those kinds of words, because even in this sister circle, they know that shit exists. This is why sis is having this open conversation with them, but she's also telling them, don't be ashamed of it, go through it. I think, again, we always look at it as growth. That brings me to my first talking point tonight. I'll get back on that in a second when I get back to me, but we'll get to that in a second. But let me let her finish out. I just had to pause it right there, that she's absolutely right. It's certain brothers that start seeing that shit. We see women coming from a mile away when we know they still have that spirit in them. Let's keep rolling.
And there's nothing that he can look
Come on,
look
Bree.
at beyond that.
Come on,
Where do we go from here? So enjoy your whole phase. Don't feel bad when you're going through it, but also don't get too comfortable, because you will stay there.
Shout out to them. Bring it back on me. Again, first talking point of the night. Bring that up real quick. Boom. Female empowerment, sexual liberation, self-discovery, the whole nine. We've always heard it. We're not going to live like our grandmothers lived. We're not going to go put up with whatever they put up with. We are not our grandparents. We heard that from a voting standpoint, but then it became a thing about, again, female empowerment, this new age feminism. I can do what I want, including intentionally hurting people. And I think that's one of the biggest things people misconstrue about the quote unquote nice guy. It's not the fact that he's so nice that he's going to jump around and do whatever you say at the drop of a dime. That brother is very patient with you, understanding, kind, all the good words you want to use. But when you intentionally fuck somebody over and then do it with a smile, that's going to turn anybody cold to any similar situation like that. So people tend not to understand when you're talking about female empowerment, it depends on how it's exercised and utilized. Full drink and salute for that $10 spot. I appreciate it. So again, sexual liberation and self-discovery is how it's seen, how it's deemed for women. Let me get to some of y'all comments. Where we at? Y'all been in here cooking. Good. Alexander says, gives that umami. Del Monte says, your ass ain't got a warranty, not backed by Sears. Let me see. I don't know what y'all are talking about right there. Let's keep on scrolling. All right, let me see. Watch Gamer says that life-size mirror will tell you a hoe. I'm gonna play this, but YouTube slapped my hand. This shit might demonetize the stream. Fuck it. Appreciate that, Watch Gamer. Messi says how they need a discussion about Hold'em. This is your sisterhood, sis. You got to go check them. This is why I always tell you, no SYCBM. We're not saving the community anymore. It's too many brothers. That's the clip I should have used. It was a biker sister, I believe. She was talking about how a lot of brothers, I guess, in the bike community were fighting and deleting each other over community pussy.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
This whole phase thing is not just about sex in the numbers. It's the impact on how you use it. Because oftentimes children are born out of this. Diseases are spread by this. This is why I'm going to make this a topic for the week. I'm doing the live tonight. I'll drop the VOD later on this week. Maybe, what's today? Tuesday. So the VOD might come on Thursday or Friday. But this is going to be this week's topic. Let me get to Del Monte's comment. He says, I get it, but my sisters are the coldest on the planet. We steal the culture. Del Monte, you can feel how you feel about that, bro. All that shit sounds nice. And again, you sound like my homeboy I was talking to this weekend. All that culture, black love, all that shit sounds nice. We are not fucking executing. I'm sorry, we're not. That shit sounds nice. You can say the American black woman is the coldest on the planet. They are going to clap for you because you're saying it, and then they'll turn right the fuck back around and take a brother that's actually putting in the fucking work and damn near run that nigga into the ground and won't no goddamn body bat an eye. So they can be the baddest on the fucking planet, but when it comes to wifedom, most of our women are not showing out like that. I'm sorry, they're just not. The divorce rate is high. The divorce rate is too high, and the marriage rate is too low.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Pooh Man says, ain't no such thing as a phase. Y'all keep on. Let me see. Chelsea says, how about not to do the phase at all? I swear some type of women that say to get over a man, you got to get under someone.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Sis, I've heard that too. And I've had a woman tell me that straight up. And then I'll be like, well, shit, I was the guy you could get under. Well, you just my friend. This, that, and the third. Again, bitch, at least I'll call you the next day. But guess what I heard also from women? I'm going to do a list on that as well. What I heard from women was, what if I don't want you to call? Sometimes I just want some dick. A lot of women thought that shit was cute, funny, and brothers remember that. That's the biggest thing about this whole, oh, he's a nice guy, but he's turning cold. But again, the number one thing of their female empowerment, sexual liberation, self-discovery. That's how we look at it with these whole phases. But it's a lot of brothers out here. It's not about his feelings being hurt or him being bitter and angry and he's harboring all these messed up feelings about women and all that. He just simply remembers.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
That's it. He just simply remembers. I remember what was said. I remember the context in which you said it. I remember the people we were around. And now y'all have gone on to get married. Now you love black love and all that shit. And then you divorce. Now you hate this man. He hates you. Now your kid's fucked up. But you want somebody else to come in, pick up the slack, and still be a goddamn stepdaddy. So a lot of brothers remember things like that being said as well. Damn, I lost my place. Hold on, let me keep scrolling. Full drink, I got you in a second. Damn, this shit scrolled all the way up. Y'all give me a quick second. Let me catch back up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Chelsea, a lot of brothers remember that. Brother Jose says they put themselves in that situation. You are correct. JT in the building says, salute, Kofa. Salute to you, good brother. Full drinking with the $10 bomb. He says, salute and keep going strong. I appreciate you, good brother. For that, I'm going to hit you with, what are we going to do? Damn. I done lost everything. All my stuff moved around today. You got nation. There we go.
I'ma just bless her, I chew. Baby girl, you with the winners, how could you lose? Like her too, many different flavors, how can I choose?
You running in the wrong direction, ma.
Back on me, I appreciate that full drinking. Let's keep on going. Pooh Man says for that drop, that whole drop, you might have to cut that drop to 3 to 5 seconds. Yeah, I thought I had it close enough, bro. But you might be right. I might have to go ahead and shorten this some more. Watch Gamer says, real spill, Kofa. I appreciate that, good bro. Jose says, very well put. It happens in the Latin community also.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Del Monte says, the player antennas poking out. I'm just saying. I've heard it all. I've heard all the black love, and we're going to do this, and we're going to build the community, and we don't do shit. I'm tired of us fucking talking. We don't do a goddamn thing in our community to actually, and then this is why I stake on the whole nice guy, good dude trope so damn much, because the brothers that are doing the fucking work, they don't get none of the love. The niggas that's burning down the community, everybody applaud for them. These same black queens that we talk about, them bitches will show up at a court hearing to take the stand and lie for this man or show support or do all this shit. But if another brother that's been there for her needs something, his car down, he need a ride. Oh, he a broke ass nigga. Help me with this part of work. Put me on game about this application that's coming open at the job. But no, you reserve that for your remedial ass stepdad, baby daddy. But again, that's why I get frustrated about this shit. Because again, Del Monte, like I ask other brothers and sisters as well, they be like, oh, you want this, you want that, which we'll get into the psychology in a second. But yeah, certain shit I do expect, because you're not going to take your black ass to work for 2 weeks and not get a motherfucking check. You're not going to keep putting in all this fucking effort and ain't got shit to show for it. But in our black ass community, we will do this lock and step. We do it in our politics. I've said it many a time. We do it in our religion. And now we're doing it in our homes with our relationships, which spills over to the children, which keeps the fucking cycle going. I'm sick and tired of having these same black love conversations. And the crazy part is, again, like I talked with my boy this weekend, we want to talk about black love, but everybody look the other fucking way when it comes to infidelity. Last week, I just played that clip where you had a couple that was like, oh, we went through a whole phase together. We're cool with open relationships. We are cool with divorce. We're cool with married couples not living together. Like I tell y'all all the time, people that are out there that are married, you motherfuckers suck.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Y'all suck. Y'all do not make marriage look good, bro. Sis, y'all don't make that shit look good. In mass, collectively, in general. Yes, I know BT and Mama Lex. Yes, I know they fucking rocking. Yes, my parents been married 45 years. But guess what? As soon as I mention something about my parents being married 45 years, well, you don't know the ins and outs of their marriage. You don't know what your mama was doing or what your daddy was doing or this, that, and the third. But again, today's day and age, the fact is my parents are still together. Our marriages are lasting 7, 8, less than 10 years. All for people to go get married again and then divorced again. Women are filing for divorce 80% of the time. That's the first time. You know who files the second highest with heterosexual relationships? Husbands. Husbands that remarry and that are stepfathers. They filing like 66% of the time. Meaning the shit ain't work out the first fucking time. It ain't work out the second time because everybody's allotted a whole phase. But a solid dude that want a good wife, I put that shit up as well. Y'all clown men that wanted a nuclear family, then turned around and shamed them for not being a stepfather.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
That's wild to me, bro. It's just wild how we think. Jose says, the real man that put in the work, they take them for granted. I've seen it. Indeed, good brother. Sister Felicia in the building.
You go, girl!
She says, good evening, Kofa, mods, and chat. Del Monte says, I agree with you. I'm still throwing cinnamon and cloves in it. All good, brother. I feel you. Jose says, example, yes, you got to set a good example. You're right on point there. I appreciate it. Brother Chris in the building. Chris Truck in the building. He says, here, my brother, on the road, getting to it.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Felicia says she laughing at, they suck. Talk to him, Kofa. A lot of these married folks, and I done told some of my married friends, married couples, I'm like, y'all motherfuckers suck. I see how it's like pulling teeth to have you and your wife in the same fucking room. Now, I've never been married, but I've been around a lot of divorced people. Married people that went on to a divorce, that were always the happy couple. That's why I be always talking shit about the matching pajamas and shit like that, because I've seen it. This is not a YouTube thing. Who Kofa is on this camera is who the fuck I am when I'm going out there smoking in the garage. Ask BT, ask Chris. Chris says I'm a little bit different. I'm a little bit more animated on here, but I told him I got to deal with a lot of personalities and, you know, keep people engaged. But my opinion, my talking points, my conversation, I am who the fuck I am. That's why I say I can fill this gap. I don't have no need for absorbent amounts of money, even though this is a business. But I come here to have these real conversations. Again, this week's focus is going to be on the nice guy. Why is he shunned? for doing the work in the community, because it's bigger than just, oh, she wouldn't go out with me. We ain't even got into that. Versus the whole phase woman being celebrated. With that said, we're going to go ahead and get to the next video. We're going to get a little bit deeper on this one. This dude is going to really break down the nice guy syndrome. And then we'll keep rolling from there, fellas.
Do you have trouble directly asking your partner or people for what you want or need?
And ladies, I didn't forget y'all in the building, but this one's going to focus on the fellas.
A common symptom of what we call nice guy syndrome. And you've probably formed what we call hidden or covert contracts because of this. Now, you're probably thinking, great, man, thanks for that. I really appreciate it. But what the hell does that mean? If you spend the next 60 seconds listening to this, I'm going to explain exactly what that means and give you an example of how you can start fixing. It means as a child, your needs were probably shamed, judged, or ignored. You ask for something and the response is immediately, no, you can't have that, or why would you even ask for that? You know we can't afford that. The conclusion of asking something from your parents was either rejection or shame. So to cope with that, here's what you did. You started giving people what you thought they wanted in hopes that that would keep you safe and maybe even get them to give you what you wanted. And
pause right there. What has Kofa said? Even as young men, again, especially in our community, being raised by women a lot of time. I know he said parents, but different dynamics, however you want to slice it. As young men, we start learning how to either please or try to please or manipulate women a lot of time. This is the part of the syndrome where it can lead to the nice guy phase versus the other end of the spectrum. We'll get into that in a second. The other end of the spectrum where you're pretty much using and manipulating women. But you learn what they like, so you start doing it, and then it forms a habit. And before you know it, you're an adult, you're a young man, adult male, whatever, just starting out in life, and you've already created that cycle for yourself. And it's almost automatic. But let's keep on going.
probably worked sometimes as a child. And to be fair, that might have been the best strategy for where you were in life in that whole situation. The problem is that got ingrained into you as a belief system, and now you're an adult using a tactic that you came up with when you were like 6 or 10 years old. And what ends up happening when we're adults is that our giving is not authentic. Whether we want to admit it or not, when we give, we expect that person or maybe the universe or God or whoever to give us something in return. Over time, many years, you've formed a belief system around 3 different covert contracts. And these contracts affect every single decision you make every day of your life. Each one of these is in the form of an if-then proposal.
Oh shit, pause. My bad. I want to circle back to what he said. It wasn't authentic. I'm going to give pushback on that because I genuinely believe once you've started, people will say it's not authentic because, you know, it's habitual. You formed a habit. There's some truth to that. But there is a lot of truth also where you have gotten accustomed to pleasing people and you genuinely want to see them happy. It's so many times I've been a people pleaser and giving things. This is why I say the whole nice guy syndrome. It's not just about, oh, she wouldn't go out with me. I have done that shit for my male friends. Been the guy that, well, shit, I'll drive to the club. I don't drink, so I'll be the designated driver. I really don't want to go out. But I start thinking, well, shit, I want my boys to get home. I hope they don't get no wreck. Then that slowly became like a Superman syndrome as well, that I'm always available to help. You know how Batman, Superman, just Gotham City, where the fuck was Batman? Metropolis. I mean, Superman was in Metropolis. Batman was in Gotham City. This huge city. They always showed up when somebody was doing the most dastardly crime. How the fuck do you know that? Now you over here stopping this guy from robbing the bank, but somebody just moved like 15 kilos on the other side of damn town.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Brothers, you cannot be everywhere all at once, pleasing and saving and helping everybody. If you still find yourself struggling with that, learn to say no and be okay with the repercussions. The same way we talk to these women about their whole phase and what comes after it, because they never want to talk about that. What comes after it It's the same thing you have to be willing to accept for yourself when you start saying no. When you start getting colder with this shit, it's, give me one quick second, 1, 2, 3. It's 4 people that I was really, really close to. When I started this YouTube channel and really started going in, I barely talked to those people. 2 of them I don't talk to at all. One of them is more so, if they reach out to me, I'll reach back out. One of them, we just in 2 different places. Like in the 2 I don't talk to at all, I mean on some Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday text, and that's the only 2 times that we're going to speak during the year. When you set a line in the sand, bro, when you set up boundaries, you got to understand people are going to tell you that you're putting up walls. And it's going to be the same exact people that told you to put up those boundaries. They just didn't realize they were the person that you should have been putting up boundaries for, with the whole damn time. And you can keep pushing and trying and being available, and they're going to keep accepting and taking and draining from you. You cannot pour from an empty cup, brother.
Knocks down another 3 ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
You'll give and give and give till you have nothing else to give. Save something for yourself. I'm going to let them keep on cooking. But I had to point that out. I had to give a little bit of pushback that it does come from a genuine place a lot of times. But there is some truth in what he said too, because, and it's not because it's not a non-genuine place like, oh, you're just this evil plotting motherfucker and you always expect something back. It's become a habit for you that you're always Mr. Available, that you're always giving. And people will say, oh, you think people like it because they smile about it. They're happy. They even appreciate that you did something for them. They just don't appreciate that it came from you because they don't like that in men. We're supposed to be these evil characters. I'll expand on that a little bit later too. But let's keep on cooking.
First one is, if I am a good guy, then I will be liked and loved. Contract number 2. If I meet your needs without you having to ask me, then you will meet my needs without me having to ask you. Big problem with that one is we can't read each other's minds. So the other person has no idea that they're signing on for that contract. So without a doubt, they are going to fail their end of the bargain, and you in turn are going to feel betrayed and resentful. You're thinking things like, I did all of that stuff for you, and why can't you do this one thing for me?
Guilty. Guilty. I'll give him a Allahu Akbar on that.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
The boy is guilty. Again, I will do 99 things for somebody. And again, taking that on as the quote unquote nice guy. The time I do tell them no on the 100th time, that's when World War III usually blows up. And that's when I tend to do bring up quote unquote old shit. You know, black folk, you always bringing up old shit. No, certain things never got resolved, but I was real good also about trying to nip it in the bud when it first happened and being shamed and pushed to the side what he talked about in the beginning. So I would let it go and then try to circle back on it. But guilty. I did all this shit for you and you can't do this one motherfucking thing for me? Bet. But it starts to chip away at that nice guy. And then people wonder why he becomes so goddamn cold. But he hit the nail on the head with that one, at least for Kofa. I don't know if anybody else in the chat feels that way, but I've had that come out of my mouth before. I did all this shit for you. You can't do this one thing. But see, everybody else gets to practice no. Now, because of your habit as the nice guy, now you're stuck in that place. You can never change. You're always supposed to be the nice guy. But again, we're going to expand on this throughout the week. Let's keep going.
Track number 3 is that if I do everything right, then I should have a smooth, problem-free life. If I am a good person, then I will have a good life. And these beliefs oftentimes leave us stuck in resentment and attached to this belief that no matter how hard we work, we are never going to get what we want. And that these people or the world or the universe or God or whatever is kind of out to get us. The solution is to finally admit to yourself and maybe your partner that you are absolutely terrified to ask them for what you want.
Bring it back on me. Some things he was on Some things I got to give him pushback, but I will give him another Allahu Akbar because he did put in forth the effort and have a really good conversation.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
I'm going to give pushback on that last point. Let me see. Felicia says, sounds like an anxious or fearful attachment style. It can be. It can grow to that. Del Monte says, I must be really quick. I ain't dealt with a woman for a minute. Just haven't cared. Working. All right, cool, brothers. Keep your head low, dog. Stay out of the way. Keep building up. I know you got your boys in the house. You're making sure they straight too. Going into adulthood. Jose says, they're just using you. They don't care for you. I've been through this.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Brother Dez in the building. What's going on, good brother? Been a minute, man. I hope the family well.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
Me and Dez used to volunteer together. I appreciate you being in here, bro. BT says, I have some folks I don't talk to no more after I started making content.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
And that's the thing, Jose. And you never received anything back. And I don't think it's so much of, like he was saying, oh, you're so afraid of hearing no. You've already heard no several times. And then it gets to the point, and it's at some point where it may be age or just even more experiences of hearing no, where it doesn't bother you anymore. And like I told y'all before, the most dangerous man is one that's apathetic. When he just doesn't care anymore, that shit you were talking isn't going to bother him. The things that would normally hurt him aren't going to hurt him anymore. He's going to keep moving forward in that path. Like I told y'all fellas, uphill is the way. It is the only direction. Uphill is the only direction that moves forward and up at the same time. Uphill is the way. So once you've gone through all that fire, all those trials and tribulations, climbing uphill isn't going to bother you. A lot of that shit is going to slide off your what is the saying? You slide off your back, slide off like water off a duck's back. Damn, I'm struggling.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
It's just not going to bother you anymore. Felicia says, sorry you lost a couple of friends during your journey, but keep standing on business. And that's the thing, Felicia. I didn't lose them. They lost me.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Jose says, what did Jose say? Bring that up. He said, the honest truth, like a retard, I keep telling.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Quiet storm in the building. He says, got it. Hotter than fish grease.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Felicia says there's power in the word no. Once I started using it more often, the less people started asking me for favors. Indeed. And then those people start falling off. That's why I said, Felicia, I didn't lose them. They lost me. Let me get to my other talking point tonight that I wanted to bring up. Sympathy versus scrutiny. Usually when the women are going through something, like I played a couple of days ago, the sister, she went from, I had 3 trains ran on me by 3 guys each time during a week, smiling about it, to coming back, making another video talking about, I've been getting fucked and raped by grown men since I was 5 years old. And that's why I told that story. I was trying to help somebody else. The women will get all types of sympathy for their whole phase. And I'm not just talking about I was young and having fun and I was going with Rodney this month and we broke up and, junior year of college. And then I started dating Bobby in junior year of college. It was a year gap. I'm talking about a lot of these women are really out there, bro. And again, because so many of these sisters, these boss bees, have all this money, they have been going out the country doing some of the wildest shit, dog. But they will get sympathy and empathy because of what they've been through. Versus you're going to get scrutiny for what you've been through. It's always going to be, you were nice, but too nice. You're going to catch the blame. So I want you to have this understanding, gentlemen. And it's not just, again, in romantic relationships. You have to look at it from your familial standpoint. Look at the women in your family. Have you ever told your sister, no, you weren't going to watch her kids? You ever told your mama no that you weren't going to take her and her church friends? I'm just throwing out these random examples. You weren't going to take her and her church friends to church that day because you was tired because you just finished a 12-hour shift? Start telling some of the people in your family no. Gauge your life based off the people in your family, especially when it comes to dating, because your mama, your auntie, your sister, grandmama, the women in your family, they all got men they're dealing with. Those are going to be the first women, but we look at them with such enamor. We're so in love with the women that raised us, we don't realize they're just fucking women to some other man.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
That's it. We see it. We remember how great the peanut butter jelly sandwiches was and how much fun we had when we could eat pizza and stay up late. Some of your sisters done stole from men. Some of your cousins done set men up. Your mama had to. Y'all don't, none of you and your brothers and sisters look alike, but can't nobody tell you that your mama ain't no hoe.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Can't nobody tell you, excuse me, that your mama is a hoe. You gonna fight that tooth and nail that she ain't. They'll get sympathy on this side. You're gonna get scrutiny as a man for doing the heavy lifting and always being available. It's crazy as hell that you know what's crazy? It's like being a cop, being a black man in the black community and always being available. You pick up 911, you pick up the phone and call 911 and the cops show up, but you know what's crazy? It's fuck the police.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
But when some real shit go down in the community, you gonna call the cops, not the Crips.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Let me get to some of y'all comments. We gonna keep on rolling. Got you, Felicia. Message says, viewer discretion is advised. I appreciate it, good sister. Chelsea says the double standard is real. It really is. Jose Diaz says, I take them all the time. Talking about the kids at Chuck E. Cheese and Danny Bear down here in South Florida. Let's keep going. Dad says, people get so used to people saying yes, they can't understand or are lost when you tell them no. Indeed. They take it as a personal affront. Almanaz, I saw you sneak in earlier. She said, look, mama a ho. What's going on, sis?
You go, girl!
Everybody speaking, but you know, that's taboo in the black community. And a lot of brothers that won't talk about women in this space or get mad at red pill or men-centric content, they will not admit that some of their mamas was loose. Those were the original thoughts in the 70s and 80s. BT with the 692, I appreciate you, good brother. A lot of people not going to admit that. It's a reason why none of your brothers and sisters look alike. It's a reason why none of your nieces and nephews look alike. Because a lot of women will bounce from man to man to man. They'll turn right back around, say somebody touched them, and justify why they were loose sexually. But I like the way this next guy breaks it down as far as the scrutiny that you can get. Let me see what the next one is. We'll get in that one. Right. Damn it. Come on, don't. No, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Clicked on the wrong thing, y'all. Give me 1 second. Close, I say. My computer tripping. There we go. We're going to get into this video. I like the way this young dude broke it down. I think he kept it very simple. It's essentially just about finding middle ground as a man when it comes to this dating and mating space. Let's go. Let's see.
I think it's really just like self-interest, being selfish. Not enough self-interest and too much self-interest. That's the main difference between a nice guy and a player. The simp doesn't care enough about themselves, and the women end up being turned off by that. They break their hearts, the simp jumps straight to being a player, and they're like, okay, like I didn't care about myself at all before, so let me just start like only prioritizing myself, treating women.
I love this illustration he broke it down. You know, I always talk about one end of the spectrum or the other end of the spectrum, and he's literally breaking it down on screen. I love this. Shout out to him.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
So again, typically, and this is a very simplistic way to break it down. Everybody usually says this type of thing, but it's cool just seeing it on the screen. Again, a simp, nice guy, whatever, gets his heart broke. He immediately goes to, you know, red pill rage, like everybody always says. And then now he's the player. But first of all, he hasn't even went through a transition phase to even become this player. So that's the only pushback I got against this. But he's right that guys go from that heartbreak phase to all the way trying to skip over here. But then you have these guys that are players that say they never simp, they have had all these women, and then they go get married. And then they play that same fucking role. But you know what? It doesn't matter. That's my wife. It's different though, because it's my wife. But a lot of times brothers end up right there in the middle. I'm gonna let them keep on cooking.
As like objects, just like getting with them and then like leaving. This is a dangerous phase to be in, because the more you stay inside this phase, the more narcissistic you become, and the less you actually care about other human beings. What usually happens is after becoming...
Pause that again. That's similar to what old girl said about the women that just keep going through their hoe phase, and then she looks up and she is a hoe.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
That is no longer a phase because you've sat in that space for so damn long. But let them keep on cooking. But I just wanted to point that out. Being that player for so long, I've seen so many brothers do it. So many. I know a lot of players that brag, and they're the cats that talk shit to me. This is another reason why I talk so much shit about married people, because a lot of the people that be trying to give me advice are married men. They always try to give me pushback, but I know so many brothers, I've kept their secrets for them cheating on their wives. Let's just call it what it is. They don't even honor their own marriage, but they're trying to give me advice on not being the good guy or the nice guy. And Kofa, you gotta stop being a pushover, assuming that's what it is, but that's not what it is. Or Kofa, you just hate women. I've heard it on both sides. But again, these same players get with women, move to a whole other side of Atlanta because the school's better over here, taking care of kids that aren't his, put them in private school, and she divorced him 5-10 years later after those kids graduate from college, and don't nobody call his ass. And she still end up getting broke off with alimony. But he a player though, right? No. Let's keep on going, brothers.
Player, they slowly start to realize the dangers of being in this phase, and they slowly inch their way over to good guy. This is a guy that will treat a woman well. A guy that knows their own values. And it's not a magical fixed process. Every guy, I feel like, is struggling to figure out the balance between a nice guy and a fuckboy. So you're usually like wandering around this area over here. So this is the zone of success. If you're in this zone, you have a very good chance of going for a girl and be able to get her number and be able to get with her, go on a date with her, and actually start dating her. But yeah, I hope that helped.
Give him one.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Let me get that super chat. I want to make sure I didn't miss it. BT hit me with 692. He says, you're going to call the cops, not the Crips. Now, I appreciate you, good brother. What I'm going to hit you with, for all the donations. Where am I? Oh, you know what?
I'm poor right now.
Yeah, you are.
Appreciate all the help I can get. But yeah, you're going to call the cops, not the Crips. Let me see where we at. I left off. Felicia says 100. BT got your super chat. Look, Jose says, I don't like dealing with police. Chris Trucker says, my boy said they going to call the cops, not the Crips. Indeed. Quiet Storm says, my sister was messing around with drug dealers and we couldn't tell her anything. She ended up catching the fade. Did we help? Hell no. She's learning her lesson and married. She learned her lesson and married her high school love.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
It was a point in time I had a younger cousin that was dating drug dealers. Older cousin, her daughter, my older cousin, both of my cousins, but her older cousin around my age, telling the daughter, stop fucking with them boys, stop. You know why? Because she was that bitch in the 90s.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
She was the one dealing with the freaknik niggas and all that shit. So she knew, stop dealing with that boy with that car. So he had, he had a fresh ass car. He let her drive it around. Then he got on some beef. Then they started looking for his car. Word got back to him. Word got back to my cousin, rather. And she had to get somebody that she knew that used to be in the streets, that had some pull, to tell the younger cousin, cool the fuck out, because they looking for such and such. And somebody saw your ass in his car today.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
And truth is, they were going to light that shit up, but they realized he wasn't driving. It's deeper than just this whole phase. It's deeper than who you fucking. It's who you fucking. But don't let that go over your head. I appreciate that, Quiet Storm. Where we at? Gail dropped the acronym, Gentlemen Reaching Our Wealth Through Healing. I appreciate that, good sister. Let's keep on going. Oh. Felicia says, oh, $2 hoe.
These last $2.
BT says, he had to put in a disclaimer. I don't give Kofa advice and I don't cheat on my wife. He's not speaking about me.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Oh. Watch Gamer says the never-ending Gump story too often. Big facts. Jenny is still one of the she's in the top 5 most evil people in cinema history.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Jose says, I see they came to her house to find him. No, the right person just actually got wind of it and got it back to my cousin, and she got it to the younger one. But let's keep on going. But I just love that breakdown that a young dude that he just gave about that. So brothers, don't go from one end of the spectrum to the other. I think I found my happy medium. I'm cool with not getting married. I was having a conversation with my neighbor the other day. Everything I've achieved, I was already doing it by myself. People that have come to my house, seen my master bedroom, I got those dual sinks. They're like, oh, you have space for a wife. Well, at the time, I was creating space for a wife. I was putting in that effort. Shit went left. Toothpick Kofa was born.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
So you want to find that middle ground, fellas. We're going to get a little bit deep esoteric. This brother's breaking it down. Yeah, he's just breaking it down on a deeper level and explaining it on, he's doing what the white guy did and the Asian guy did and black guy talk.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
I'm dealing with the harsh reality that a heightened level of one's consciousness often leads to increased levels of isolation. And it's not that the emotionally intelligent or those who we would deem to be spiritually aware desire aloneness, because most of us don't. It's just the unfortunate result of an unwillingness to regress to a lower state or a lessened moral behavior for the sake of fellowship. In other words, I'm not about to act a fool, put up with abuse, endure what I don't enjoy, or do something out of character just to say I'm not alone. With a greater
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
I'll say it like Kofa says it. I ain't finna do that shit. And I don't give a fuck who don't like it. Y'all be easy. I'll sit my ass in that garage with a cigar at peace and chill before I go hop on all this rah-rah shit. As many stamps I'm trying to get in my passport. Trust me, I ain't passport pooking it up. Kofa ain't out there cutting a fool, or here in Atlanta cutting a fool. I could have been a demon here in Atlanta. But like I told one of my homegirls one time, I genuinely tried to use my powers for good. Maybe I was nice, but too nice. But you can't get mad at a man who knows isolation and boundaries is a part of growing up. Once I let go of the, hey, let me try to integrate myself. I know I'm an introvert. I know I'm a homebody. I'm okay. But what's crazy is you can drop me in a crowd because I was an Army brat, because I was the friend zone guy, and I really know how women talk because I was around when they talk their girl locker room talk. Because I was an Army brat and I interacted with different races of people since I was a kid, even as an introvert, you can drop me in any room and I guarantee you, I'm going to be able to find somebody I can relate and have a conversation with, regardless of their background or race. If we both speak English, I guarantee you I can get them to hold a conversation with me, and I can hold a conversation with them on different levels as well. You start to learn when you're going through this fire, fellas. It's okay to be by yourself. I had to tell one of my boys when he was going through it at the time, dog, I'm gonna tell you like I told other people. You don't like yourself because you don't know yourself, and you don't know yourself because you don't take no time for yourself. All this going to the parties, or you got to be involved in this and this and this. You don't take time for yourself. So you never really had to sit in isolation and really figure things out, and you don't know yourself. So now you're trying to be so many things to so many different people at so many different times. You don't like your fucking self because you're not being your goddamn self. You haven't had that isolation time, but everybody's afraid of that shit. Why are you so afraid to be by yourself at least for a limited amount of time to hash through this shit? I keep telling y'all, brothers, take some inventory over your life. Remember that hard ass situation. Remember that fucked up ass conversation. Remember when somebody did something to you. Stop tucking that shit away. You're not fixing the problem, bro. All due respect to everybody, because I tell myself this all the time. I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't give a fuck about you feeling better. I give a fuck about you being better. That's my fucking focus.
Got it! It's hotter than fish grease.
We're going to keep on going. Hold on. Let them keep cooking.
Understanding of one's individual value comes a lesser tolerance for being devalued, unappreciated, undervalued, or disrespected. Those who improve themselves remove themselves from any environment that doesn't appreciate their presence. Because it takes so much work to get to a place of esteem and confidence to whereas you see yourself as valuable. So when you sense any regression around you, you want no part of that. It's the simplicity of the realization that the more I love God, the more I love myself. The more I love myself, the more I love others. But if I devalue myself, then my treatment toward others will become questionable. So I have to guard how I value myself. When your thinking elevates to that level, you then realize that the reciprocation for poor treatment is not poor treatment. The reciprocation for poor treatment is absence. Imbalance leads to collapse, and that which is uneven can never be equal. So why?
Pause it there. Don't let that go over your head. You don't got to go tit for tat with these motherfuckers. Just remove yourself. Or like I was telling Chelsea earlier, they'll remove themselves. For people that I've known for a while, we in totally different places in life mentally. And everybody thinks it's because I hate black women. No. Nah, we're just going to get some understanding around this motherfucker going forward. We're not going to keep doing the same shit. Again, I named it growth for a reason. Gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing. I know you done been through shit, bro, because I have. That's the gap Kofa fills. A lot of these other YouTubers and shit, they're not going to come on here and fall on their sword and talk about they got cheated on. They're not going to let you walk through this damn process where they had a fucking child stolen from them for 2 years. Y'all going through this shit with me right now. Because I know I'm not by my fucking self. Y'all done seen me laugh on here, lose my shit, the whole birth of Toothpick Kofa. Y'all done seen me cry on this bitch. Just damn near break down and cry. I'm feeling a gap because I know it's more men out there going through that shit and they're afraid to talk about it. Why? Because what was my other talking point? The sympathy for the women versus the scrutiny of the men. Let's keep on cooking. We almost done.
I give ample energy to someone who's only offering minimal effort to you. Proximity, protection, and emotional boundaries are just a part of being relationally intelligent. You're doing it for your own betterment so that you can not only love you, but you can efficiently
love others.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
That brother was cooking. Sometimes you got to remove yourself, bro. You gotta give those people an absence of the blessings you've been giving them. Whether you want to go from, oh, I'm doing this out of habit because of childhood trauma, to, oh, I learned my lesson and now I'm the player. Whatever the case is, again, like that Asian kid said, you got to find that sweet spot, that middle ground. But again, everybody ain't gonna get it, and everybody gonna get it at different times. Let me get to some of y'all comments. We almost done, y'all, I promise. Hey, what happened? There we go. My mouse was tripping. Almanar says, that's my dude, the guy that just finished speaking. Just called a Bible study he was on, speaking about jealousy. Salute to him. I'm not sure who the brother is, but you can drop his name in the chat if you know Alman. Jose says 100% correct. My dad doesn't speak one word of English, but I guarantee you you will get along with him. That's what's up. Shout out to Papa Diaz. Jose says, I learned from my father how to make all the situations I'm in comfortable. Indeed. Salute him. Good parenting, indeed. Chelsea says, facts. Sister Rhonda says, be a good person. Don't be nice. There's a difference. I get it, Sister Rhonda, but we've remixed that, right? Because it used to be, I don't know how old you are, but it used to be when we're like, oh, we like the nice guy. We want the nice guy. That shit was pumped. And then we saw how they chose the bad guy. Then everybody had to clarify that, oh, you're nice, but too nice. Then we remixed it to be kind, don't be nice. Or just be a good person, be a good man, good woman, or whatever like that. But as soon as that person takes away their niceness, we go to the other extreme. Just like, you know, the simp got his heart broke. Now he's the player. People tend to go to the other extreme. Everything that he was doing that was deemed on this checklist a lot of times by women, because we're going off of that criteria as men. I want you to do this, and then I'll give you this. If a man wants this, he got to do X, Y, Z. We've heard that all throughout the 90s, early 2000s. Brothers did it, didn't get any type of reciprocation, move the fuck on. That's when the conversation started of not just him falling back, but you like white girls, don't you? Why do y'all hate black women? And see, the conversation gets expanded when they're in that space. Salute Rhonda for even dropping your age, because you know most women do.
You go, girl.
Rhonda says, I'm 53. I have always looked beyond the surface. Salute. I appreciate that, good sister. But you know 5 of your homegirls that didn't. Whether y'all still cool or not, whether it was just in your younger years or not. But this is why I do these type of lives, because nobody ever thinks about the impact on that quote unquote nice guy. Nobody ever thinks about the nice guy until he's not nice anymore. Just like you said, just be a good person. Now he's a great man, but everybody will shit on him and tell him how evil he is because he either doesn't want to get married, doesn't deal with single mothers, because he got a passport and left the country, because he expanded his options in dating, because he fell back, because he just started focusing on work himself. Like I think Del Monte said earlier, right now for me, it's my hobby, a YouTube, my actual military career. I ain't got but 4 more years left. And my son I just found out about. I'm focused on being a great father and a great bachelor. And again, 4 people that I was really, really close to. We barely even fucking talk anymore. And 2 of them, we really don't talk at all, like I said earlier. So I respect what you said, sis. I'm not giving you pushback. I'm just trying to give you clarification, because a lot of people, I've been seeing that lately, which is one of the reasons this triggered this live and this topic of the week of women getting passed for going through a whole phase because she's expected because she's young and dumb. But nobody ever gives the brothers a pass for going through the nice guy phase. Ever. He's supposed to stay in that pocket forever. And then people are supposed to, then they'll respect him when he marries the ex-hoe. See this shit in Atlanta all the time too. When he marries the ex-hoe, and then it's, oh, he's a good man. We can expand on that too. But again, Rhonda says, my daughter is one of them. I hope you talk to her. I had to talk to my daughter about that whole hoochie culture. A lot of them think that shit is cool or whatever. Jose says, age is just a number. I'm 49. I'm just talking about from a time frame of what some of us remember. Rhonda says, as you should, you're a father first. Indeed. Great father, great bachelor. Well, let's go ahead and get to these last couple of videos. So after you've done all your esoteric work, brothers, after you found your happy balance, after you recognize your childhood traumas, and you do find your sweet spot, for the sisters, y'all need to understand this shit. You're either going to get with the program or you're not.
Let me tell you something. Stop trying to go with me. You bitches that have 1,000,000 one-night stands and meet me and decide you want to settle or fuck down. Like, what is it about me to say I'm boyfriend material? I want to fuck just like the rest of these niggas. I'm not looking for no full-time career in that pussy, bitch. I'm a temp agent. Seasonal. You bitches let these niggas get away with buying you weed and Italian beef, but meet me and now you want to go to the movies and hold hands and shit. Nah, fuck that. Get your itchy ass on. Treat me with the same respect you treat these other niggas with. Talking about I'm something special. Yeah, bitch, special ed. Now let me fuck. Now all of a sudden when it come down to giving me the ass, you want to talk about you want to make sure you making the right decision. Bitch, your life is full of bad decisions. I'm sure I wouldn't be the worst one you made. Get the fuck out of here.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Y'all know good and goddamn well I had to get that in there. That shit is my spirit. that's the magic word of the week. That's the magic video for the week. You know how Pee Wee used to have the magic word and Conky or the robot used to go crazy? Again, showing my age. But that's the video of the week. Bitch, I'm trying to fuck like every goddamn body else. I told you, good father, good bachelor. Now you can't say that I'm the nice guy anymore. I'm not nice, but too nice. Because I'm not finna do all that shit for you, bitch. I'm not gonna do all the other shit this other nigga did, right? And I'm comfortable with talking like this. This 9 times out of 10, why that brother's comfortable talking like that? Because y'all told us, be good men, don't be nice. My bills paid. I'm not out here raping and beating nobody and lying to no women and using y'all. No, I'm not doing that shit. Great fucking father. I want some pussy. And I was telling my homeboy the other night, I tell women and they get offended, I'm a free trial, baby. You got 3 weeks to come off that cat. After 3 weeks, it's a wrap. That whole 90-day bullshit. And guess what? The women say 3 weeks is too soon. I was talking with my boy last night. This is why I say y'all better start using some real woman's intuition, ladies. I say 3 weeks. My homeboy was like 3 dates.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
By then, she know if she gonna fuck me. Nigga, you give him 3 weeks, he looked at me side-eye. He looked at me the way that the women look at me because they say this too soon. He telling me I give him too much goddamn time. He said they got 3 dates. By then, your number is blocked and you ghosted.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
So you can get that other brother that's also a good father and a good bachelor that's going to make your ass, they're going to try to hop on you in 3 dates versus Kofa. I'm at least giving you like almost a month and probably more than 3 dates and more than 3 conversations. But pick your poison, ladies. I hope y'all enjoy. Almost says it doesn't take intelligence to be on your knees and back, so being dumb shouldn't be an excuse.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
That is a fact. Watch Gamer says louder. Look, y'all laughing. Bruh, I'm dead ass serious. Like Kevin Samuels used to tell women, you past a certain age, you need to be trying to give that shit away.
Knocks down another 3 ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
But, you know, I could be all wrong. Maybe I'm just full of shit. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You know how many women I done heard in their 40s and 50s talking about, I'm trying to keep my body count down? No. Past that age, but we're really trying to get married. I've never been married. I know people that's been divorced once, twice, 3 times. And they don't have any intentions of getting married again. They just looking for companionship. So ladies, y'all gotta understand. A lot of those players y'all were with that was up there on the screen, they've reverted to the quote unquote simp. And now because they're so vested, because they've been around so long, they're not gonna get divorced. Unless that woman files, they're not gonna get a divorce in their 50s. Because financially, he's not gonna be able to afford it. She's been there too long. He got to foot out too much money. This is where you start getting them to creep and have they sugar babies and stuff like that. Whereas you could have a dude that's actually honest with you. Shawty, I'm trying to fuck. Now, you want to know how we going to do it? We can come up with some rules and parameters on how we do it, but I don't got to be with you. You don't have to be with me. Brothers is so past that shit of marriage, but y'all going to find out the hard way. Let's see. Sister Chelsea says, your life full of bad decisions. I bet I wouldn't be the worst one. I share those sentiments.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Jose says, sex between a man and a woman is normal. Very much so. Watch Gamer says, somebody smashing. Why can't I be in?
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Chris, I got you, bro. I'll shoot it to you after we wrap. Brother Jose says, a woman she knows within 5 minutes if you're going to have sex with her. Like if she's going to give it to you. Indeed, bro. Chelsea says, it's the type of women that say I'm in a celibacy era or whatever they be saying.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Chelsea be listening. Chelsea, I really want to see your facial expression when you hear some of this shit come out of these women's mouths. Sister Rhonda says, I've been married one time. I have not been remarried. I don't think I ever will. We can be together and not married. That's the other thing you got to understand too, Rhonda. If y'all could be together but not together, but the companionship, and this is just what I'm seeing from a little bit older people. Like I said, you got 10 years on me. So I don't know how you rocking, if you're just talking about exclusivity or this your travel partner, or y'all have certain spaces, or y'all share space together. I don't know. We've remixed Black Love so much. That's why I was kind of semi going off earlier. We've remixed Black Love so much. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
You got married couples that are in open relationships, that go to swingers parties together, that watch their partners have sex with other people, that we got open relationships trying to see, hey, let's get this out together before we get married. And then they swear off the lifestyle when they get married, but then they're surprised that their partner's still on the side practicing it. But then you got some people that just want a companion to travel with and hang with, but no real responsibility, no commingling of funds or, cohabitation or anything like that. We've remixed this shit. We are so far removed from monogamy unless women demand it and complain about it when they get cheated on. But the same women also put out to the atmosphere that they are single until they're married. So sisters, I want y'all to be aware that if you're single until you're married, you've never been cheated on.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
You see how my mind starts working when I'm not the nice guy anymore? Once we done been through that fire, we could care less how much y'all support it. But again, that's the focus of the topic this week. Why do the women get that love when they're going through their whole phase and after, and they can brag and all that, versus the guy that went through his nice guy phase? Now you're mad at him because he went through the growth. Y'all saw the thumbnail. Hoe equals healing. We've remixed that. Being a hoe equals healing. But because you've been hurt, now you hate women just because you won't date a certain demographic, whether it's race, children-based, financial status, whatever. Because you set the hard boundaries, everybody told you to stop being so nice. Now you're hateful. And God forbid you get a fucking podcast.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Last video of the night, y'all. Then we're gonna get to y'all. Let me go ahead and get to y'all comments. Then we're gonna close out with the last video. Sister Alma says, "We got to go all the way or don't waste my time." I respect that, sis. That swinging never ends well. That's, again, I told you, I really think that's why Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert broke up, because they were putting people in their marital bed. I think it brought about some other problems, but that's just Kofa. Chelsea says, facial expressions is a lot of eye rolling at what women say nowadays. Rhonda says, my eyes stay in timeout. That's crazy. I'm just glad y'all here. And it seconds the motion where I know I'm not crazy. Again, having been that friend guy, when I'm talking this shit, everybody thinks I'm crazy. Then it's some woman that comes out and says it the exact way that I said it, but truly I was repeating her. I done heard this shit before. Before the advent of the internet, I've been listening to black women talk crazy. Again, most of us have since we was little boys. It's just now y'all aren't afraid to put that, not y'all in the chat, but y'all in general, sisters aren't afraid to put this shit out to the internet. Now, Chelsea, I don't know if you stuck around, Rhonda. I don't remember you being in here, but go back and look at the last, I say 15 minutes of my last live when I showed that last video of that sister taking kids to the face while she was on the phone with her dude. But we're going to assume it's her dude. But, you know, Kofa crazy as hell. Let me keep on going. Watch Gamer says, salute to the man with the mics. I appreciate it, good brother. Rhonda says, the male perspective is great to hear. I appreciate you, good sister. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get to this last video. This is something that Kofa has lived a couple of times, and this sister cooked in the short minute she's going to be on the screen.
One of the worst mistakes I ever made was thinking I found this man and don't nobody else want him but me. Baby, if you ever find yourself thinking that, I promise you you're wrong. You think because he's not super, super fine and he's not like super rich, he not one of them. He's not him for real. He's not him. But you like him and you see something special in him and you want him and you be thinking, oh, I'm safe. Don't nobody else want him. You're wrong. You're dead wrong.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
One of the coldest, salute Trail, I appreciate you, good brother. One of the coldest things to see is a woman on your woman's face, is the look on a woman's face when she thought that she was the only one that wanted you, or that she was going to be the only one that you dealt with. Again, because Kofa's a really loyal guy, like I really am. I'm dealing with one woman at a time. But after this is when I really started turning that way, like my mid-30s. After that second time you tell me no, and you look up and you realize, yeah, I liked you, but I wasn't gonna be no damn fool, and I could pull some more pussy.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
I'm not gonna lie. Petty Pendergrass. That is one of the most satisfying feelings you can have is seeing the look on that bitch face.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Like I said, I ain't never graced the cover of GQ magazine, but bitch, I know I'm easy on the eyes. I've kept myself in relative good shape. I'm okay for 43, to the point that a lot of people think I'm 36 at the least. 38 at the most. So I know I'm doing something right. But what sis just said, so bruh, that's the dude you want to become. Not the demon, not the monster. Just that dude that knows how he can move. You may not be him, but there is so much power in not being him, if that makes a little bit of sense. There's so much power in there, bro. Because guess what? Being him, I gotta do all this. I can't never take no L. Not being him, but being able to move how the fuck you want to, having that full control over yourself, having come out of that nice guy phase, damn near invincible. Because nobody expects you to knock it out the park. So when you do, motherfuckers' jaws hit the floor. When you do want to keep a harem of heifers, a plethora of pussy, if you will,
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
you can move like that. And because you're not him, nobody expects them to be the baddest of the baddest of the bad. You find what keeps you happy, bro. You find your peace. Everything you've been giving to everybody else, I tell y'all 100% of the time, bro. Damn near every time I get on here, everything you done gave everybody else, you make sure you give your motherfucking self. But I'm telling you, what old girl just said, that is a satisfying feeling. I thought I was the only one that got it. She thought she was gonna be the only one to deal with you. She thought she was doing you a favor. Until she see another woman on your damn arm. Or you don't pick up like you used to because of that reason. Let's go ahead and get to y'all comments. We're gonna get ready to roll. Rhonda, I appreciate you checking them last few minutes. Look, Wash Gamer says protein shake smile. Rhonda, you in for a doozy, but it's a reason why Brother Kofa talked the way that he talked. Trail in the building. What's going on, good brother? Been a second.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
With the 20 bomb, he says, I'm still on this trash deployment Wi-Fi. I will catch the replay, stopping by to pay my tuition. I appreciate you, good bro. I hope you still in here. Even if you catch the replay, I want to make sure that you get this.
I'ma just bless her. I chew. Baby girl, you with the winners, how could you lose? Like her too. Many different flavors, how can I choose?
You running in the wrong direction, ma.
Back on me. Salute, Trail, bro. You be safe out there on that deployment, man. Rhonda says, thank you for your service. I think that was for Trail. Salute to you, bro. I'm in the service too, so I'm taking that as well. Thank you, Rhonda. Jose says, do your thing and be safe. Yes. There we go. Okay, I take it back. I was kind of snippy then. Thank you, sis. Jose says, you know what the best revenge is? Being successful.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Thumbs up to Chelsea. Exactly. Indeed. But we're going to wrap this. I told y'all I'm coming back with a VOD, so I'll probably hit y'all with that Thursday. It's either going to be Thursday or Friday. I want to get it right. I got some more clips I was going to play tonight. I was like, nah, we're going to stretch this out for the week. Like I said, if you weren't in here earlier, I think I'm going to start doing topics of the week, do a live, do a separate, total separate VOD, break down the clips and stuff. So when you start seeing this flood through your timeline, start sharing it, really have the discussions. Hell, y'all can hit me up in the comments or online and hit my Gmail. Y'all see that up there as well. Damn, I'm pointing the wrong corner. Y'all see my Gmail up there as well. But damn, which way am I pointing? So if I point this way on the camera, I'm pointing at the email. If I point that way, y'all see the email up there on the screen. Hit my email with ideas, things you want me to discuss. Try to get it to me like a week in advance. That way, if I use it as a topic, I do have time to stretch it out. Pause.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
I do have time to work on the topic for the week. So hit my email. Hit me with the questions your cousin asked. Who the fuck is this crazy ass bald nigga on YouTube? Show him the content. I'm cool with having the conversation. I'm trying to work on things going forward. Again, I don't know where I'm going to end up later on in the year. I might be moving from Atlanta depending on what the Army want to do with me. But I really do want to start lining up guests and having conversations, not panels, but actual guests to have these one-on-ones and maybe, 2 to 3 people. And again, I do want to hear from the sisters. I need y'all to understand why certain brothers moving the way that we're moving now. But that's later on down the line. I hope you enjoyed tonight. Again, ask yourself that, have the conversation. Why is the whole phase accepted, but the nice guy phase is never accepted or rarely let go of? Women get a pass for being a hoe. You never get a pass for being a nice guy. As always, you matter. No, let me back up. I love you. Ain't shit you can do about it. You matter. You're not crazy. Make better choices. Once again, I've been your humble host, Kofa. Kofa. Not coffee, not kufu, not Kofi, or any variation thereof. Kofa rhymes with sofa. Easy to say, easy to spell. This has been G.R.O.W.T.H Entertainment, where growth stands for gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing. This is where we help men find a positive fuck it. I appreciate everybody. I will see y'all in the VOD later on in a couple of days. I might circle back around just because it's a long weekend on a humbug for a live and see if y'all really been having this conversation. Y'all got homework. Go do your homework. Have this conversation offline. So come back and talk to me later on. We're going to do a random live. Don't know when. It'll be over the weekend. So hopefully y'all can pop up and tell me what you learned by doing your homework. Go have the conversation. I appreciate y'all. Good night.